Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to make a quick revision in the science grade 8. Okay, so we will start about the give reason. In the first one, the product of frequency and periodic time equals unity. You know the relation between frequency and periodic time is inversely proportional. So the answer here, due to that, because the relation between frequency and periodic time is inversely proportional. Number two, the oscillatory motion is considered as a periodic motion. Why? As you know, the periodic motion consists of wave motion and oscillatory motion. And the main important point in the oscillatory motion is repeated its motion. So the answer here, because the periodic motion is repeated regularly through intervals of time. Number three, water waves are transverse wave. Why? Because transverse waves are mechanical waves. They need medium to propagate through, and the medium of the particles vibrate perpendicular, okay, in the wave of the direction. Sound waves are longitudinal waves. Why? Because the medium of the particles vibrate along in the direction of wave propagation. Okay. Hearing thunder after seeing lightning through, they happen at the same time. As you know, the thunder is the sound, and the lightning is considered from the light. And the speed of electromagnetic waves more than the speed of sound waves. So the lightning happens before thunder. We can't hear the sound of the solar explosions occurring in on the sun. Why? Because the sound need what? Need medium to propagate through. And in the space there is no air and there is no gravity. Number two, write the scientific term. It is the motion which is regularly repeated in equal period of time. This is the meaning of what? It is the meaning of periodic motion. It is the motion of a oscillatory body around its rest point where its motion is repeated through equal intervals of time. This is the motion of oscillatory motion. Number three, it is the maximum displacement done by the oscillating body. This is the meaning of amplitude. It is the motion of oscillating body when it passes a fixed point on its path two successive times in the same direction. This is the meaning of complete oscillations. You must know the complete oscillations includes 4 amplitudes or 4 displacement. Number three, it is the time taken by the oscillating body to make one complete oscillation. This is the meaning of periodic time. Number six, it is the number of complete oscillations made by oscillating body in 1 second. This is the meaning of frequency, and you must know the frequency measured by unit hertz or oscillations by second. Number seven, it is the disturbance that propagates and transfers energy in the direction of the propagation. This is the meaning of wave, and you must differentiate between wave and the wave motion. The next one, this is the meaning of wave motion. It is the motion produced as a result of the vibration of the medium particles at a certain moment and in definite direction. This is the meaning of wave motion. Number nine, it is the direction through which the wave propagates. This is called the line of wave propagation. It is the disturbance in which the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular. Perpendicular, this is longitudinal or transverse wave. No. When the scientific term tells us this is perpendicular, so this is the meaning of what? Transverse wave. Vibrate perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Number 11, it is the highest point. As you know, the transverse wave form what? Form crests and troughs. The crest, this is the highest point. The trough, this is the lowest point. So this is the meaning of crest. The lowest point of the particles of the medium in the transverse waves, this is the meaning of trough. Okay. It is the disturbance in which the particles of the medium vibrate along, not perpendicular. Vibrate along, this is the meaning of longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves. Okay. It is an area which the medium, at which the medium particles are the lowest density and pressure. Lowest density and pressure, this is the meaning of rarefactions. When I say highest density and pressure, this is the meaning of compressions. And this is formation of longitudinal waves. As you know, the longitudinal waves form compressions and rarefaction. It is the distance between the centers of two successive compressions and rarefactions. This is the wavelength of longitudinal. Wavelength of longitudinal. Okay, the last one, it is the maximum displacement achieved by the medium. This is the meaning of amplitude of wave. Amplitude of wave. Comparison between mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves. Mechanical waves need medium to propagate through. Electromagnetic waves don't need medium to propagate through. Mechanical waves has lower speed, while the electromagnetic waves has higher speed. Okay. Mechanical waves such as water and sound waves. Electromagnetic waves such as light and ultraviolet rays and radio waves and so on. What is the difference between transverse wave and the longitudinal waves? The transverse waves, this is the disturbance that the medium particles vibrate perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation and forming what? Forming crests and troughs. While longitudinal waves, this is the disturbance that the medium of the particles vibrate along in the direction of wave propagation and forming compressions and rarefactions. Okay, so we have here very important problem. Okay, from the opposite figure of the oscillatory motion of the simple pendulum, calculate what? Number one, calculate the amplitude. So we can calculate the amplitude by the maximum displacement. So the maximum displacement here reaches to the number 2. So the amplitude here equal to meter. Okay? Or 2 centimeter. This is according to the problem. What about the second one? Periodic time. You can calculate the periodic time directly from the figure, or you can use the rule. How? Number one, you can use the figure. As you know, the periodic time, it is the time taken to complete one wave. So the one wave stops here at number 2. So the periodic time here equal 2 seconds. Or we can use another way. How many complete waves or how many oscillations here? Okay, count with me. This is 1. This is 2.5. So, and 2.5 took 5 seconds. So we can calculate the periodic time. Periodic time equals time over complete waves. Number of complete waves. Time here equal 5. Number of complete waves 2.5 equals 2. So you can use 2 ways to calculate the periodic time as you like. What about the frequency? If you have periodic time, you can calculate easily the periodic time. Why? Because the frequency equals 1 over periodic time. Frequency equal 1 over periodic time. That's meaning the frequency here equals 1 over 2. What is the measuring unit here? Hertz. 1 over 2 hertz, or you can write 0.5 hertz. Okay, let's continue that. Our unit 2, lesson 1 and 2 and 3. Write the scientific term. Let's start with the scientific term. It is the distance which is covered by the sound waves in 1 second. Okay, this is the sound velocity. Number 2, it is the property by which the air can distinguish between what? Rough or coarse and sharp voices. This is sound pitch. Sound pitch. It is the property by, as you know, that sound has 3 properties: sound pitch, sound intensity, and sound quality or sound type. It is the property by which the ear distinguishes between sound either is strong or weak. This is the sound intensity. Number 4, it is the property by which the human ear can distinguish between different sounds according to the nature of the source, even if they are equal in intensity and pitch. This is the meaning of sound quality or sound type. Number 5, they are sound waves of frequencies ranging between 20 hertz to the 20 kilohertz. 20 hertz to the 20 kilohertz. This is the sonic waves. They are sound waves of frequencies less than 20 hertz. This is the meaning of infrasonic waves. Less than 20 hertz, infrasonic. Between 20 to the 20 kilohertz, this is the meaning of sonic waves. Higher than or more than 20 kilohertz, this is the meaning of ultrasonic waves. They are tones that accompany to the basic tone or fundamental tone, okay, but they are lower in intensity and higher in pitch and differ from one instrument to another. This is the meaning of harmonic tone. Harmonic tone. You must know the harmonic tone, higher in pitch but lower in intensity. Okay. It is the one of the components of the electromagnetic spectrum of wavelength ranges between 380 to 700 nanometers. This is the visible light. Okay, visible light. More than 700 nanometers, we can't see it. Less than 380 nanometer, also we can't see it. Number 11, it is the splitting or analysis of white light into 7 spectrum colors. This is the meaning of what? 7 spectrum colors. Or we can say analysis of light. As you know, the tool that is used to analysis of light called glass prism. The glass prism used to analysis of white light into 7 spectrum colors. Number 13, the light intensity of the surface inversely proportional to the square. This is the meaning of inverse square law of sound. Inverse square law of light. Number 14, it is the returning back or rebounding, okay, back of light waves in the same medium on mating reflecting surface. This is the meaning of light reflection. Light reflection. It is the reflection of rays when they meet smooth reflecting surface where the incident light rays are reflected in one direction. This is the meaning of regular. As you know, the light reflections divided into 2 types: regular reflection and irregular reflection. Regular reflection, the light rays reflect in one direction, while in the irregular reflection, the light ray reflect in different directions. And the first one occurs in the smooth surface, like mirror or stainless steel, and another one occurs in the rough surface, like skin, leaf. Number 17, it is the angle between incident light ray. When the scientific term starts with incident, this is the meaning, the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. Number 18, it is the angle between reflected ray. Starts with the reflected ray. So this is the angle of reflection, yes. Number 19, it is the change of light path when it travels from two different transparent media. Two different, okay? Not in the same medium. Because the light travels in the same medium with the same speed. But when it travels in the two different transparent media, it will change its direction or change its path. It is the change of light path when it travels from a transparent media to another transparent medium of different optical density. This is the meaning of light refraction. Light refraction. Number 20, it is the ability of the transparent medium to refract the light. This is the optical density of the medium. This is the optical density of the medium. And each transparent medium has its own optical density. Number 22, it is the angle between emergent. The scientific here starts with emergent. So this is the angle of emergence. Number 23, it is the ratio between the velocity of light through air to the velocity of light through another transparent medium. This is the absolute refractive index. The last one, it is the natural phenomena that takes place on the desert roads at noon, especially in the summer times, where objects on the road sides seem what as if they hide inverted images. This is the mirage. Okay, this is the meaning of mirage. Give reason for: we hear sound from all directions that surround the sound source because sound propagates as a spheres of compressions and rarefactions. Again, because the sound propagates as a spheres of compressions and rarefactions whose center is the source of sound. Number 2, sound intensity increases when the sound source touches a resonance box. As you know, the resonance box increasing the surface area, okay, increasing the sound intensity. So this is direct relation. When the surface area of the vibrating surface increases, the sound intensity increases. Number 3, sound intensity in the case of presence carbon dioxide gas of a medium is higher than that increase of the air. As you know, the density of the carbon dioxide, CO2, is more than the density of air. So the sound intensity increases when the medium density increases. This is direct relation. Okay, number 5. Ultrasonic waves are used to sterilize food and water. Why? Because they have high ability to kill microbe and bacteria and stop the action of viruses. Number 6, the ultrasonic waves have medical uses. Why? Because they are used to break down the stones of kidney. Complete the following. The voice of woman is high pitched sound as it is sharp. The voice of man is low pitched sound as it is harsh. As the sharpness of the voice increases, the levels of the voice gets increases. The sharp tones have what? Have higher frequency, while the harsh tones have lower frequency. The frequency decreases, or we can say the frequency increases by decreasing the length of air column. This is inversely proportional. By increasing the speed of the rotation, I'm talking about the Savart wheel. By increasing the speed of the rotation in the Savart wheel, the frequency increases. This is direct relation between sound pitch and the speed of rotation. The measuring unit of sound intensity is watt per meter square. Watt per meter square. While noise intensity measured by decibel. Okay, you have to differentiate between noise intensity and sound intensity. Sound intensity, watt per meter square. while noise intensity measured by decibel. Sound intensity is directly proportional to the density of the medium. As I told you before, that the sound intensity is directly proportional to the what? To the density of the medium. Types of sound waves are audible sound and non-audible sounds. Audible sounds has uniform frequency, while non-audible sound have non-uniform frequency. Some animals such as dogs and bats can hear what? Can hear the ultrasonic waves. The last one, the angle of incidence equals angle of reflection. Okay, we have most important problem here. This is problem in Savart wheel. Find the number of rotation in 2 minutes. Okay. Find the number of rotation in 2 minutes. Look at here, you must convert the time here into seconds. Okay, 2 minutes times 60 equals 120 seconds. The rule here, D equals, the rule here again, D equals frequency times time over N, number of gear teeth. Frequency equals 300 hertz times time here 120, and the number of gear teeth equals 100. Okay, and the result measured by unit teeth. Okay, cycles, because we had calculated the number of rotations or number of cycles. Comparison between transparent and the translucent and opaque medium. Okay, transparent medium, this is the medium allow most light to pass through, and the objects can be seen clearly like water, air. Translucent, this is the medium that allow some of light to pass through and absorbs what? The remaining part, so we can see the objects less clearly. Like what? Like tissue and paper. And opaque medium, this is the medium that don't allow light to pass through and the object can't be seen. Regular and irregular reflection. Irregular reflection, this is the kind of reflection reflect the light in different direction, while the regular reflect the light in one direction. Give reasons for although water is the transparent medium, we can see fish at the bottom of the Nile River. Why? Because due to the increasing the thickness of transparent medium, the light can't penetrate or can't reach at the bottom point. Okay, this is all about unit 2. Let's start with the unit 3. Okay, short stem where leaves developed and modified into reproductive organs. This is the meaning of flower. As you know, the flower consists of 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, endoecium, gynoecium. The organ that the flower consists of an ovary, style, stigma. This is the structure of carpel or gynoecium. The flower that contains both, okay, both sepals or both carpels and stamens. This is the typical flower or bisexual flower. Small particles that spread in the air to fertilize the ovules in the plant. This is the meaning of pollen grain. The plant in which they are pollinated by man, this is called artificial plant. This is the palm plant. Palm plant. A plant structure that changed into the seeds after fertilization process. This is the meaning of seed. a plant structure that changes into seed. This is the ovule. Okay, the ovule, it changes into seed after fertilization process. A group of green leaves in flowers, each of them called sepals. Which one of the structure of the flower? A group of green leaves. This is the meaning of calyx. The male reproductive organ in the flower, endoecium or gynoecium? Endoecium. Funnel-shaped tube lined with cilia. This is the meaning of fallopian tube. Female organ that pear-shaped with thick elastic muscles, muscular wall. This is the meaning of uterus. The time between infection of the microbes and the appearance of symptoms. This is the meaning of incubation period. The cell formed due to the combination between sperm and the ovum. This is the meaning of zygote. And the zygote has a complete number of chromosomes, 46 in the human. Male hormone secreted by testes. This is the meaning of testosterone. The flower arises from the floral bud which emerges from the axil of leaf called bracte. The corolla attracts what? Insects to the flower, which helps in the pollination process. As you know, the reproduction in a plant occurs by two processes. Number one, pollination process. Number two, fertilization process. Each stamen consists of the fine filament, ending with the sac known as anther. And inside the anther, there is the pollen grains. Types of pollination are self-pollination and mixed pollination or cross-pollination. After fertilization, the ovary grows, forming the fruit, while the ovule converts into the seed. Hermaphrodite flowers take the symbol circle like this. Circle, and we have plus here, while the male flower take the symbol circle and the arrow. Okay, this is the symbol of hermaphrodite or bisexual and the male flower. Each test connected to the group of fine convoluted tubes known as epididymis, and the epididymis transfer or extends in the form of single tube called vas deferens. The testosterone hormone in the males and the estrogen hormone in the female are responsible for the appearance of the secondary sex characters. The menstrual cycle starts at the age in female from 11 to the 14 years and stops at the age of the 45 and 55 years. The two fallopian tubes are open in the upper corners of the uterus. The sperm consists of three parts. Number one, the head, and the head consists of nucleus that contains half number of chromosomes, and the mid-piece or middle part, and the last one, the tail. The tail responsible for the movement of the sperm. The middle part of the sperm consists of the mitochondria. The mitochondria, this is the part inside the mid-piece, which is responsible for the energy production need for the sperm. Okay, choose the correct answer. The flower modified from leaf. The floral leaves of a typical flower are arranged in 2 or 3 or 4 calyx, corolla, endoecium, and gynoecium. Which part produces pollen grains? Carpel or style or stamen? Stamen. In the flower, the organ which produces ovules, ovary. All the following are unisexual flowers except what? Tulip. Sexual reproduction in plants takes place in what? In the seeds. Yes. Mixed pollination in plant trees carried by the insects, by helping in the insects. After fertilization, the ovary develops, forming fruit. Grafting by attachment can be carried to the mango trees. Tissue culture in the process of multiplying small parts of the plant to get many identical parts. All of the following are parts of the male reproductive system except uterus, vas deferens, toe testis, and the penis. All of these structures of the male reproductive system. The right ovary in the female. Look at here, the right ovary. The question here tells us the right ovary, not the two ovaries. The right ovary in the female human produces a mature or ripe ovum every 56 days. Number 13, the hormone that's responsible for the occurrence of and the continuity of the pregnancy. This is the progesterone. The last one, 14, the space is muscular tube that extends during the labor. This is the vagina. Okay, thank you for watching.